Julie Chrisley seeing pulmonary specialist for serious condition. Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another video. I hope everyone's having a great day. Before watching the video, please subscribe and like it. Since their presidential pardon, Todd and Julie Chrisley of Chrisley Knows Best fame have been sharing quite a few stories with fans. Recently, Julie shared a serious health update with fans. During the conversation, her husband, Todd, also shared that she was going to see a specialist. Julie Chrisley recently opened up about her health during an episode of Chrisley Confessions 2.0. Todd and Julie Chrisley were introduced to fans through the USA Network series, Chrisley Knows Best. However, in 2022, the two were convicted of a variety of charges, including bank fraud and tax evasion. The couple was originally sentenced to spend a combined sentence of 19 years behind bars. However, the two were released back in May thanks to a presidential pardon from President Donald Trump. Recently, the two have been sharing updates with fans about their lives, complete with the return of their podcast series, Chrisley Confessions 2.0. During the July 30th episode, Julie shared a shocking health update with fans. Julie claimed that she developed problems with her lungs due to prison conditions during her stay in prison, which lasted around 28 months. Todd started off the discussion by sharing the story of an inmate who suffered a lung health issue after being made to clean asbestos and black mold. According to Todd, this was done without a respirator. Julie shared she believed this story, noting, "I'm sure because, listen, I have a lung condition from being in prison. Not from doing those things, but because of asbestos." For his part, Todd added, "Because of the black mold that you were around." The Federal Bureau of Prisons has also issued a statement. During their time behind bars, Todd and Julie were in different states. Julie originally reported to the Federal Medical Center, Lexington, which is in Kentucky. Todd, on the other hand, reported to the Federal Prison Camp, Pensacola, which is in Florida. Julie noted that she was currently dealing with respiratory issues, saying she was having issues catching her breath. Todd noted, "That's something that we're having to address right now. This week, you have a doctor's appointment with a pulmonary specialist that's going to do some tests on you." Adding another layer of concern is the psychological strain Julie is said to be under. Already diagnosed with anxiety in previous years, Julie is believed to be struggling emotionally as her health becomes more unstable and the medical visits become more frequent. Close friends say Julie was always the strong, steady presence in the Chrisley household, and the idea of her facing such health issues away from her loved ones is deeply painful for the entire family. The family continues to request privacy, while also leaning on fans for emotional support and prayers during this unpredictable time. Julie's journey has long been marked by strength, perseverance, and grace under pressure. From her public battle with breast cancer to her unwavering support for her children during times of turmoil, she has become a symbol of resilience for many. But this latest chapter adds a heavy burden to her story, one that's now being carried inside prison walls far from the comfort of home and family. It remains unclear whether her condition will eventually warrant a medical release or sentence modification, but discussions behind the scenes may be taking place to evaluate what compassionate options could be available under federal law. Fans have flooded online platforms with messages of encouragement for the Chrisley matriarch, offering prayers of love and strength. Hashtags like #FreeJulieChristly and #JusticeForJulie is once again trending as her health takes center stage in the family's ongoing legal saga. The outpouring of support mirrors the public's investment not only in the Chrisleys' television life, but in their real-life struggles and redemptive paths. For many, Julie has become more than a reality star. She represents a mother, a fighter, and now a woman facing a serious health scare with very limited means of care. What makes Julie's current medical battle even more intense is the uncertainty surrounding the diagnosis. Specialists are reportedly still evaluating whether Julie is dealing with a chronic condition such as pulmonary fibrosis (COPD) or even a post-cancer related respiratory issue. In the absence of a clear medical statement, the public has turned to speculation fueled by cryptic social media posts and offhanded remarks made by family members. While this has driven interest, it has also raised concern about whether her condition is being taken seriously enough by prison authorities. The Chrisley legal team has so far declined to comment on Julie's medical issues, citing patient privacy and respect for ongoing evaluations. However, sources close to the family say there is mounting pressure to secure additional outside consultations and possibly even petition for an early release based on medical grounds. Such petitions, though rare, are not unprecedented, especially if a condition is deemed life-threatening or cannot be adequately treated within the prison system. Julie's situation is further complicated by her dedication to protecting her children from undue worry. Even in her weakened state, insiders say she remains focused on making sure her children, particularly Grayson and Chloe, are not scared or overwhelmed by what she is going through. This maternal instinct, according to those close to her, keeps her fighting even on the hardest days and fuels her motivation to heal and return to her family. Savannah Chrisley has been vocal about the lack of transparency and care within the system, referencing not only her mother's declining health, but also concerns over her father's well-being. On her podcast, Unlocked, Savannah recently hinted that there are things going on behind closed doors that the public would be shocked to know, especially when it comes to inmate health treatment and delays in critical care. Her emotional pleas have resonated with a growing audience who are beginning to question how the system deals with older inmates or those with chronic health conditions. Julie's past experience with breast cancer already put her at elevated risk for various other conditions, including cardiopulmonary complications and weakened immune responses. Experts note that cancer survivors often face long-term health challenges, particularly if the original treatments involved chemotherapy or radiation near the lungs or chest. This context has not been lost on those following Julie's case, who argue that her medical history should have been a factor in determining where and how she served her sentence from the beginning. In the wake of the pulmonary specialist visits, there has been growing interest in whether or not Julie will be able to receive consistent treatment moving forward. Health advocates familiar with prison conditions warn that delays are common and follow-ups can be sporadic at best, especially if the facility is understaffed or under-resourced. This has raised further alarm among fans who are urging action before Julie's condition becomes irreversible or more complex than it already appears. As updates remain minimal, the spotlight continues to burn bright on Julie Chrisley and her current medical plight. For now, the Chrisley family remains guarded, though hopeful that more will be done to accommodate her health needs. They insist that Julie is staying strong, keeping her faith intact and believing that better days are ahead. But beneath the surface, the emotional toll is undeniably growing. Julie's story is one that mixes celebrity with humanity, legal drama with medical urgency, and personal faith with public scrutiny. Whether one has followed the Chrisleys for years or is just now learning about their situation, the growing concern for Julie's health strikes a universal chord. Her battle is not just against a medical condition, it is also against a system that many believe is ill-equipped to care for vulnerable inmates like her. The coming weeks will be critical in understanding the full scope of what Julie is facing and whether the attention now on her case will lead to change in compassion or consequences. The world is watching, and for Julie Chrisley, every breath matters. Every test is a turning point, and every ounce of support is a reminder that she is not alone in this fight. Did you see this recent episode of Chrisley Confessions 2.0? Make sure to come back to TV Shows Ace for all the latest reality TV and celebrity news. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.